out like I'm Dolph. I'm moving keys with a Glock. Gotta keep the trap clean. I'm pushing.
Welcome back to the Beard Bros podcast. Hope you guys are having a great, blessed day. Please like that video, subscribe if you haven't already. And I just want to extend the thank yous to everybody that showed love that we're back and we dropped our last video, just kind of explaining, what we're doing and how we're going to do it one video a week. Hopefully you guys appreciate the production and the quality of the videos we'll be putting out. But nonetheless, not to bore you, if you're interested in what we said previously, go to our last video. I mean, you guys know the drill. All our links are in the description. Anyways, we got some hot topics. We'll just give you kind of a rundown of what we're going to be talking about today. Go down the list.
So Walgreens is taking some slack for abortion pills. That will be one of the topics.
One of the topics. Another topic is there is a new system being implicated into MLB professional baseball, pitch count, shifting. But more or less, we're just going to break down what our thoughts are as far as the actual pitch counting is going to be concerned, like moving forward, what we think, what we don't like, what we like. And, pretty much that's one of the other topics.
And I believe we are going over the NFL. We're just going to run down NFL before the draft, predictions of where players we want them to go, where we think they should land, what teams should do, stuff like that.
And last but not least, I think, so you guys kind of know, it'll be shared amongst all our socials, but we are going to do something. We don't necessarily have a name. Honestly, I think it'd be cool if our viewers named it something. But more or less, it's going to be the question of the day. Both of us are going to come up with questions from podcast to podcast. And it's super general. It's like you're going to be engaged for it. So look out for that. I think we'll do it midway through the podcast. So about 20 to 30 minutes in, we'll ask that question. We'll ask you guys to comment. What's your thoughts and your opinion or your choice of sides or whatever it might be that we're picking from or asking. And hopefully you guys like that too. So let's jump into the first topic of the abortion pills.
Okay, so Wells Fargo came out.
Wells Fargo, that's twice.
Walgreens came out. My bad, I'm thinking money right now. Walgreens came out and said that there won't be selling a pill called my fee per stone. It's a pill that I guess is another way of abortion. Like, I don't really know how the pill really works. I've never used it. So that is what it's called.
So to give a little bit of feedback to that. So it is called what I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's mifepristone, mifepristone. I don't know. Nonetheless, it's a medication you can buy over the counter. Well, the way it works is not like the Plan B pill. Plan B is within the first 24 hours of, whatever. Let's just say the possibility of getting pregnant, okay? So for people who are 8 weeks pregnant or less, it works potentially 94 to 98 out of 100 times, okay?
Damn.
Okay, so, but then for people who are 8 to 9 weeks pregnant, it works a little less, which is 94 to 96% of the time, basically. It's out of 100. They're doing 100. 9 to 10 weeks, it goes significantly down, I think. It goes down to 91 to 93% of the times. If you're given an extra dose of medicine, then it'll work 100% of the time. Okay, yeah. At that point. And then anyone that's 10 to 11 weeks pregnant, it works 87% of the time, or 87 out of 100. But again, your possibility of getting an extra dose can increase it to 98. And then it says, when can I take the abortion pill? depending on where you live, obviously that's the discussion here, but you may be able to get the medication up to 77 or 11 weeks after the first day of your last period. If it's been 78 days or more since the first day of your last period, you can have a in-clinic abortion to end the pregnancy, obviously. But I'm not sure how they're going to determine. I don't know if they have like a test on when women are like had their last period or not. So I don't know
if it's over the counter, you could just grab it. That's on you at that point.
I guess I see what you're saying. I guess I see like boom, just popping abortion pills.
I feel like I don't know. Shit,
no, for sure.
I don't know anything about abortion. I've never experienced this.
No, of course. And obviously New Mexico, there's 20 states that are not, Walgreens is not honoring this. So they're not going to be a part of this whole abortion pills clinic thing. And that's the big discussion here is Walgreens doing a disservice for themselves? Like,
Why?
I don't know. I mean, I've always had the thought like women should choose to do as they please, and then they're gonna have the other side that says, well, that's a human being. Like, how are they making a decision for themselves? But I guess at the same time, like, Walgreens is a medication-based company. Like, that's their main focal point, I feel like. Like, that's where people go get their prescriptions. Not saying that this would put a damper into their business completely, but there's the possibility. Like,
they're big enough. There's people that won't give a fuck.
I mean, there's that. That's a possibility too. You know, like, it just kind of depends on whatever.
It sounds like cancer culture again. Like, people are
a little bit, yeah.
It's like, if it hurts your feelings, then let's cancel them. I don't know. I don't really care. It doesn't affect me very much. But my opinion is, I feel like it was a hierarchy that made the decision, like one of the founders or the CEO or whatever. If that's his belief, then, I mean, I got to honor it. He's not going to sell it. So, other than taking it to legal actions, I've seen that they might take it to a legal do a legal lawsuit on it and stuff like that. So
right now, the big case for it all is the cost of it. It's not cheap.
Well, damn, Plan B is like $70.
This is far from that. Like, far. Like 8 times that. It's $800 around. So this is roughly the estimated
over
cost.
the counter.
Well, yes, because you got to remember you're doing something almost inhumane. So it's almost like
it's not inhumane. If you're doing it, it's not inhumane. They don't.
Well,
think that.
and I know they don't think that, but
no, they're just like
in the general sense, if this were to be a discussion, a topic amongst like a lot of people, not just women, but males and females,
I think it'd be 50-50.
Exactly.
That
So,
might be 50-50.
But the point being is you're selling something that's almost illegal. Like, it's borderline illegal. And so, yeah. And then I don't know who, if you guys are parents watching, please, I'd love for you to comment in the comment section if you have a single kid or multiple. What is your average, like, parenthood cost for a monthly basis for you guys? Especially people that have one kid, so it's a little bit easier math.
What do you think it is?
Well, what would you guess? Because I see right now.
So one kid, how old?
Doesn't matter.
I don't know. Age.
I feel like it all evens out, because if you're gonna say what Pampers and stuff, you still gotta feed the kid and dress the kid.
I feel like older kids are more expensive than the younger kids.
And see, I'd probably say reverse.
Wait, no, I don't know. But either way, if I had a guess, a month.
Well,
are we considering like food and
just your household expenses, like not extracurricular
not
activities?
Like paying their gas every month.
Not
like
no,
you know, like their
no,
gas.
just like average, making sure they eat like at least 2 to 3 times a day, making sure they have the clothes that they need.
720.
Okay.
What is it?
So the average is, and I don't know where they got
I had
this.
540 in my head too, so that
Hey, you should have went with that one. It was 580.
Yeah, I had 540.
So 580 is what they presume to be the average cost. Now, those again watching, please put in the comments, is that true? Do you feel like you spend about $580 per kid or on average for kids?
Basing it off of how we spend money for food is about 200 every like 2 weeks.
So about $400.
And then I was adding because they're
A little bit,
kids,
yeah.
you know, they have extra stuff they buy them and stuff.
Probably like
But I
Capri
guess I
Sun,
overdid
snacks.
it like $300. So
No, I mean, you were pretty close. I mean, you didn't go like into the thousands, which would be absurd because it's like, who's making that much money to provide for those kids? But again, you're averaging, and this is, I'm just simply speaking, not on behalf of one side or the other, but just in general. If I were speaking for the favorable like crowd of pro-abortion, $800 one time is better than $580 12 times a year.
and 18 times.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So you're looking at 60,000 maybe after they're done.
Yeah, Walgreens, put that shit in the fucking, put it back.
I mean, do as you please, Walgreens, but it is a bit of a topic of discussion because it's like, it's not abortion per se, or is it abortion adjacent? Like, it's literally the same thing, just not going into like a surgery.
It's like saying you're spiritual, not religious. It's like the same shit.
But that's what I say.
But that's like
I'm
the same
spiritual, but not religious. Like, I don't
It's like-
believe
it's
in
like-
religion.
It's like the same shit though.
So because
like-
I'm
it's-
spiritual, I am religious. I'm just saying I'm not religious.
It's like saying manifest. It's like saying manifest and praying. That's the same thing.
No. Manifest is thinking that you can say something or think something so significantly hard that then all of a sudden something happens. It's not, you're relying on yourself rather than on a higher.
It's the same thing.
No, because I don't think I'm praying.
But we're praying
to,
like they pray to something, and then you.
they pray to. They're not praying though. They're just in their mind. They
No,
think
I'm saying
that
people pray and then people manifest. It's the same thing.
No,
You,
I'd have to argue that.
How?
I'm telling you how.
Because
manifestation is something that people think that they can mentally do.
It's an inner prayer. You're praying on yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
And instead of praying to God, it's the same thing.
But they're not necessarily praying to themselves. They're wishing.
It's a prayer.
No, it's more like they think that it's just going to happen because they keep thinking it.
Just because you keep praying, it doesn't mean it's going to happen either.
Not necessarily if it's, how can I put this? I wouldn't say it's selfish, but when it lines up with God's, how can I put it? He has an ultimate goal. Like he's got a plan for everyone, whether it be good or bad. I know people think like, well, why would God want something bad? It's not he wants that. It's you decide. We're going way out topic, but I'm going to try to sum this up really fast. So when I pray to him and I ask for whatever, say I ask for health, okay? Now, he'll provide me health, a healthy life, as long as I do my stuff too, like I'm making decisions to be healthy. Now, if I'm eating, junk all day, every day, then yeah, it's going to be hard for him to be like, well, you're doing this to yourself. Now, on the flip side, someone saying, well, I want to be a millionaire, and they think, oh, I'm just going to keep thinking it in my head that I'm going to be a millionaire one day. And then it doesn't happen. That's because they just couldn't do it on their own. They just are. It's an impossible task without an assistant. They'll never give any focal to.
But if they do it,
what's that 1 in a million try? Like, it's not like there's millionaires rolling around all the time.
Well, not millionaires. It's anything manifesting. Like, even if you're like, oh, I want a girlfriend, you could pray to God to get a girlfriend. But
yeah, but that's what I'm saying is God's got to make you right.
But manifesting is the same thing. You got to make yourself right.
Nah, this is a different topic for a different day because it's not. I don't know how to sum it up really quick because if I start to go, I'm going to go on a tangent and it's going to take up the whole podcast. And I don't want to go that route.
Okay.
But nonetheless, I think Walgreens having not want to give the medication that's being told to do so, like what are those businesses in that state what's gonna happen to them? Because ultimately Walgreens is still gonna sell it, just they're not gonna sell it in certain states.
Yeah, they're like 30 states.
Yeah, 20 states. So it's like, I don't know. I guess, what do you women that are hopefully watching, hopefully we got some women out there watching right now. What do you guys think? What do you think on the abortion pill? Is it are you pro? Are you against it? Are you afraid to even make the announcement that you're one or the other? Because I would not be afraid to say on my behalf, I would say the women should have, I mean, women have always fought for their rights. So this is something I feel like if you're not fighting for it, then have you given up that whole women's rights thing?
But they already have the rights. They have the right to take the pill. Just in another
state.
But
that's what I'm saying though. Like you have to, like, my point being is if you're not for it and you're against it, now you're, because it's, if abortion's available, it doesn't mean you have to go get it, but the option's there. You see what I'm saying? She should have a right to choose yes or no, but now they're taking away the right to say yes, and they're only giving her the choice of saying no. See what I'm saying?
I feel like the no is a better option, but that's my opinion.
I mean, by all means, like, everyone's going to say, oh, well, you're God, like, you're murdering someone. I'm like, yeah, but I understand that part of it, and I'm glad I don't have to make those decisions because I'm not a woman. But where I look at it is if a person's underage, even 17, everyone's going to say, well, they should have known.
That's a rare case, though.
But how many people? I know personally a lot of girls that I went to school with or were younger or older that were pregnant in high school. And I'm sure
out of how many people you graduated with? Over 100?
Like, I think our class was like 300.
Out of the 300, how many?
I don't know, like a handful.
Okay, that's a small percentage of that. That's what I'm saying.
My point being, though, is it, let's say abortion at that time was not available. Okay, say abortion was what it is now. You're not allowed to have an abortion in New Mexico. Okay, and these girls that are young, they're kids, having kids, are now having to have a kid. And I'm not saying it's like definitively detrimental to their future, but it's a very big hinder on it to do anything with their lives. They're going to be, and not to knock anybody, but they're going to have, let's just put it this, I'm not going to say any specific, career choices or whatever, but they're going to be lack of opportunity there. They're going to have to settle for stuff that's conventional to them to be able to sustain a family, essentially. And to me, I don't think it's, I know they're going to say, well, they should have known what they were doing. They're kids. Think about when you were 17. Like, were you making the smartest of decisions?
No, but okay, I didn't have a baby neither. So.
Okay, but if you were, I even knew guys that were having kids.
And how the fuck they do
like
that?
They were having kids. You know what I mean? But what my point being is, like, their future, and I get it. They're going to say, well, how do you fix this? My personal opinion would be we have to educate them at a younger age. I know it's scary to say, hey, you're going to teach, a 10-year-old about sex, but I'd rather the 10-year-old to start in knowing what sex is. And I would personally not instill fear, but instill knowledge that if you do this, there is a chance that your life is not going to be what you want it to be.
I don't know about teaching about sex. I think teaching about the percentage of, like, there was 300, you said a handful, maybe 5, 10 people maybe had kids. You'd be like, there's going to be 5, 10 people out of this 300 group is going to graduate. You're possibly going to be one of those percentage.
Yeah, but that's now instilling fear.
Yeah,
I don't think it's fear you should do that. I think it's more education.
Definitely fear.
It's education, like, hey, it's okay to have sex. I'm not saying it's not, because everyone used to make it seem like it was the worst thing ever. Don't do it. But we still did it. But the thing is if they would have told me, hey, at least be smart about it. Like, implement this into your educational life growing up. It's like finances. It's like, I'd rather know how to invest into stocks or learn how to balance a check or know how to invest in a 401 or how to save and spend and all this stuff. They don't teach you those things. If those life skills were more implemented into your growing up time, then you wouldn't have to worry. Like if you go, I would understand if we had sex ed from, I'd say the age of 10 all the way to high school. That's 8 years of educational sex ed. That way, if you do get someone pregnant, now you could say, well, you knew, like we've been teaching you, you knew. Now this is the repercussions.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Because when you're not and you're 17 and you're about to have a kid, you think you're going to go to college?
Are you even if like you had a, sorry for interrupting, but even if you had a class like where like teaches you how to be a parent, at least you have that knowledge, like how to, like wipe an ass or change a diaper.
Something.
Because then you would be more beneficial. Like you would be more benefited still. You'd probably be able to do more career tasks in life, like going to college, if you had those little things like, because I don't know how to fucking change a diaper. I barely even know how to hold a kid. I'm 27 years old.
But my point being is, like, I'm not necessarily super not against abortions, but I'm not, like, super, like, on the other side either. Like, my point being is, it's more for the people. If you're over 18 and you're an adult, I still think there's a point where it's, like, you should still have the option. But at that point, you're an adult.
Especially
like,
if you're struggling.
Yeah.
Already.
Like, let's say a girl that... We're from Roswell. There's a bunch of hoods. You grow up in the hood, and this girl gets pregnant. You think she's going to be able to get out of the hood for sure now? Mm-hmm. Like, it's slim already that she's going to probably be able to get out. But now it's even worse that she's going to not be able to get out. That's where I'm like, she should have, if she can't make that choice because she's underage, then her parents should be able to make, where now I don't think it should be that way. But you got to remember, again, at 17, I'm sure maybe not everybody, but there were people, even myself, that would think that we knew more than what our parents knew. And it wasn't true. It, like, now I can acknowledge my parents knew way more than what I knew at that age. Yeah. And so for that, if they had to make the decision, I'm sorry, but you're going to have an abortion, you're too young. You're like way too young. Like, you don't know what's right for you.
Yeah, I don't know. The pill seems a little dramatic. Like, how does it do it? Like, what does it do to your body?
Well, right here, that's a good question that she's mentioned. It says there's not very much side effects. Like
that's bullshit.
But obviously, they're not going to promote that part. They're not going to say, hey, if you take this too many times,
you'll lose your leg. Or
something. Like you're going to have this. So, again, they're not going to give us that kind of detail on what the repercussions could be for something like this.
And that's scary that it's over the counter. You don't even have to have a prescription.
No,
they don't. They don't have to tell you the side effects.
No, they're not going to tell you really anything, and so
bring it. Fuck it, I don't care.
Yeah. So, anyways, there you guys go. A little bit of knowledge on what's going on around the nation. As far as abortion goes, again, I hope I don't offend anybody. Again, I'm all for babies growing up, being dirty adults like you guys turned out to be.
I'm not with the kids.
But at the same time, if a kid's having a kid and they're just doomed from that moment, it's like you're punishing them for their life.
That's true, because I had a homie, he barely graduated a few years ago. He had a kid in like end of his high school career, and he had a scholarship to go to like somewhere north for wrestling, and obviously couldn't do that because
he had a kid.
He had a kid. Well, he didn't have the kid, but.
Well, he had a kid, and it ended up being what held him back. And it sucks because now he'll never be able to live that dream of being a wrestler again. Now, he could go to college someday and fulfill that goal of getting a degree and whatever, but college is not something for that, like sports, I guess, is what I was getting at, is something you can recapture. Not at later years. Like, Brandon Whedon is one of the few people I know. He was in his 30s that got drafted to the NFL and stuff.
Pergioni or whatever his name is for the Knicks. He was drafted 37 years old or whatever.
Yeah, so it's not like it's impossible, but like wrestling, bro, you're going against guys that are just getting stronger, faster, everything as, years progress and, medicine and physical training and all this other stuff. So whatever it may be, it is what it is. I can't control it, but it is a bit of a topic for discussion because it's like, well, Walgreens, you already, I guess, are popping, so it don't really matter, but
Yeah, and a lot of old people go over there anyway, so they're probably already set in their ways, so they're still going to go regardless.
yeah.
You'll lose a lot of young people. You'll be done in like 10, 20 years, and the young people don't want to shop there.
That's true.
The young people become old, and the old people die.
That's true. All right, let's get into more of what we like to discuss, and it's sports, and specifically MLB pitch count. Once a pitcher throws, oh, my bad.
He's texting us, Skunkas.
Yeah,
Shout out my boy Walker.
I know we never got that full on. Okay. They dedicated that pitchers have 15 seconds to complete a delivery with bases empty. But then you have 20 seconds with runners on bases, which allows you to kind of check them, make sure they're not stealing, whatever. In addition, batters will be limited to one timeout per plate appearance. And there will also be a 30-second timer between hitters. So even between coming out of the batter circle to the plate, you have 30 seconds.
So you potentially, if there's no one on base, 30 seconds plus 15 is 45. You have 45 seconds for the first pitch.
For the first pitch between the batter and the pitcher on every
and then another extra 5 seconds if there's a batter on base.
Yeah,
so you got about 50 seconds.
So
about
a
50
minute,
yeah.
almost a minute and
then another extra 5 seconds if there's a batter on base.
Yeah,
so you got about 50 seconds.
So about a
seconds.
minute, almost a minute. Now, it's been about 2 weeks almost since this has been occurring, this new pitch count or pitch. It's not a pitch count.
Like
The pitch count is more of how many pitches a pitcher throws.
It's like a shot clock.
Shot clock is what it is. Yeah, so I don't know. Give me your opinion on it right now.
I can't remember the baseball player. Maybe it was Aaron Judge. He said, when the NBA implemented the shot clock in basketball, no one really knew what the hell. Like, they couldn't just walk out the ball or pass the ball for 5 minutes and then score 1 point.
Right.
So now he's like, we got to get used to it. It's going to be hard, obviously. It's not like – it's like riding a bike for the first time. You're not going to know how to adjust. But he said it's going to be good. I think it's going to hurt the pitchers long term, pitching so fast and, like, not taking their time, and their arms just going to –
wear out faster.
Wear out faster because they're pitching fast.
I think it was
more constant.
The
pitching.
Mets that came out and said they're going to try to do a 6-man rotation.
I was thinking that too. That somebody's going to have a deep bullpen where they're just going to be rotating.
Yeah, they're going to have a lot more pitchers, more bullpen pitchers than starting pitchers.
I think so too.
And I also think it's going to take about, I'd say probably, well, I don't know if the college, if they're going to do this. They're not doing it now. So I don't know if there's going to be a time when they do decide to change from no shot clock to shot clock. Now, if they do, I will say from that moment till about, I'd probably say about 5 to 6 years after that is when you're going to see like real significance from learning at that stage. Because I think about it is like, look at the differences between college and pros. Like, there's a big jump. And even from high school to like college to like pros, there's a big jump in everything. Like, it's so drastically different from pros and then everybody else underneath them.
You would think the college would try to, like all college, because college basketball is different than basketball. It's 2 halves, not 4 quarters. And then football, 1 foot, not 2 feet in. It's just a little different. When you fall, you can't get back up. It's like you're down. It's like their rules are even, it doesn't even help the player in the advanced level.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying is like when you look at college football, it's so much different because it's like,
it's a different game.
Yeah, like
it's a way different game.
You just do different things, and it's not even near the same game when you really put like compare 2 to 2. And I don't know. For me, I'm like, I don't like the clock. I know they're trying to save time. They're trying to make MLB faster games, but like you're losing games, you're striking out on non-pitches. Like it's just not baseball.
Yeah, we got a guy not swinging all post or preseason right now that's been on the base like 63% of his at bats.
Exactly, and I don't understand why it's such a short clock. It's like if I'm a pitcher and I'm old, my time is almost done now. Like I'm almost out the game because this is going to change my longevity because I'm not going to be able to adapt as well as these young and up and coming guys or people that are still young in the MLB going to be able to adapt and still have like 5-10 years left in them. Verlander and all these Scherzer and all these older guys, they're going to be out sooner than what they probably thought because it's just not going to, like you said, it's going to take more wear on them.
It's like a kid when you put like if he's just playing a sport or he's playing video games all his life and then switches, to like PC, he's gonna be good. It's fine. Like he'll figure it out because he's just been doing it for so long. But you try to put an adult now, it's hard. It's hard to just adapt when you're an adult doing shit.
No, for sure. And that's the thing is I don't know. I get it. I get where they're trying to come from, but it's not. It's not for me.
I don't think it'll last. I really don't think it's gonna last.
I would do more like if I had to sum it up, like if I was like, hey, we gotta speed this game up, I would just I don't know,
Seven innings is
lower the innings.
Yeah, like I have a homie that said that he went to a baseball game, but he doesn't like watching. My barber, he said he don't like watching it on TV. He likes to watch it at the stadium.
In person.
He's bro, I can't sit there for 4 hours at home watching it. There's something comes up, I fucking go do that instead.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I get it, bro. Like, I don't watch baseball unless
And
it's
even
posted.
7 innings seems like a lot. I would probably personally lower it to maybe like 7, maybe even 6 innings. Just do about that. Let that be. The players would play less. You'd probably have less injuries. You could squeeze in even maybe 2 games every so often a day.
And if it goes to extra innings, you play that 3 innings. No matter what, you play till 9.
Yeah, you play till 9 if you have extra innings that go that far, and then you can do the rest of the shit like that you're wanting to implement. If you get to the 7th inning, now you have a shot clock. Now you probably even say you can only have 2 infielders and 2 outfielders.
Yeah.
And, this is it. Like, that way your scoring comes up. Now you're going to get maybe more infield base hits or whatever. Who knows? It's going to make it creative, but the shot clock is ruining it for me. I don't watch it too much during the springtime, but I am paying attention because this rule is making it weird.
Yeah, I don't like it at all. I've been seeing it everywhere. All the TikTok analysts are like, this is stupid.
And maybe, like Judge said, when they did the shot clock for basketball, it was weird at first. Maybe it's going to take some time. But I just think it's going to benefit the young and up and coming if they can get it in college and they can practice it. Yep. They're going to come up with creative ways to either hit or pitch or do whatever.
Or not swing.
Yeah, like that sucks, man. Like this guy's taking advantage of the whole system, which you knew was going to happen.
Somebody was going to try it.
Yeah, so other than that, there's other rules. There did no more shifting, but there was a team, I think it was
Blue Jays or
somebody.
Braves or something.
Yeah, they ended up figuring it out and shifting their own way, and it's like there's no way of stopping that. Just let them play the analytic game, and winner wins. That's what it boils down to. I don't see what the big deal is.
I think if you could game plan for a player, then that's the player's fault.
That's true. Another hot topic that we did not mention earlier, but I do want to talk on it just a tad bit, is the John Morant stuff.
Oh.
So if you guys haven't seen or heard John Morant, if you don't even know who he is, popular basketball player for the Memphis Grizzlies.
Even more popular gangster.
I don't know if he's gangster, but he's definitely popular. He's been tearing up the league this year, and for probably the last at least couple years, been in the league for about 3 years now, and he's an excellent baller. Like, he's just phenomenally gifted on all aspects of the game, but he's also phenomenally retarded, and he ended up going to the club and getting on Instagram Live,
Yeah,
he's off.
waving his little pistol. His
Yeah, he
little
had a
Ruger.
pistol in the club, and obviously people are watching him. He's a popular basketball player, and decides that he's gonna show off his gat because he's gangster or whatever, and everyone took screenshots or whatever, and now he's taking a leave. But I think the NBA and everyone's probably talked to him. Memphis Grizzlies Association probably talked to him like, hey, we need you to step away, especially because he had just recently got accusations of beating a little kid up at like a local park and all this other stuff. So he's getting hit. He's getting hit hard.
Nike came out, said they're riding with John Morant after his apology and stuff like that. It seems sincere and whatever.
Well, yeah, they got to say that. He just dropped his shoe. Like not even a week before all this happened. So
He's going through something. I don't know what he's going through.
maybe he manifested this.
Yeah, I don't know what he did. He's a fucking idiot.
Either way, it's sad. And this was something I was going to say earlier when we were talking about the manifestation thing and the whole other stuff. But it was like this. And I don't care if you're out there and you are gangster or whatever you pretend to be, bro. But why would someone raise their kids to want to be gangster? Like, is that a successful career choice for anybody? Like, even these gangsters think, like, are they really gangster? Are they, and I'm not trying to be facetious or anything, but at the same time, I'm being real when I say it's not cool to be a thug, bro. Like, nobody wants to see, like, pick up your pants, quit acting like you're tough and stuff. And maybe you are tough, bro, but why do you have to go out of your way? Like, right now, I feel like John Morant is on that way of trying to be something he's really not. He went to a private school, bro. Like, he wasn't gangster.
But if he was from the hood, like, think about people that were from there. Like, this is Jimmy Butler. Let's say just random person off the top of my head.
Okay. Like Haslam.
Those guys probably were actually from, like, the slums of the slums. And they don't act this fucking way. They don't act fucking
I mean, look at Ice Cube and Snoop Dogg and them. They were thugs when they were coming up, but look, they've changed their life.
Jay-Z's a billionaire.
And I'm not saying this defines John Morant. Like, he can change it.
Yeah, he's 22 years old. He fucking
has
better change
plenty
it.
of time to change
Worth
his
he could be worth $500 million like Patrick Mahomes if
exactly.
you act right.
But my point is like, for everyone else out there, take this as a moment of knowledge and education that just because you grew up a certain way does not mean you have to be that way. Like, if your parents disown you because they're gangsters and they're repping their hood and doing their thing, and you go and take the beaded path that leads you to whatever true success, and they're like, you know what, we don't mess with you no more, man. Like, you can't even rep our hood. Don't even come over here. Cool, man. I get it. It's going to suck. It's going to hurt. You're not going to have your family. But you know what, man? You need someone to hang out with and lean on or whatever. I'm here for you because I'd rather see you on a different path than possibly dead at like 23.
Yeah, because I don't like hanging out with gangsters. Like, I have gangster homies, but we don't do gangster shit when we hang out.
Yeah.
Like, they're cool. They're just
It's
cool
like
dudes.
chill mode.
And, like, he's on some other shit now. He's going to Alaska to work now. Like, he got his own life now.
Exactly.
It's like, you don't want to act gangster.
And no offense, like, I'm not ever going to say that I would ever be scared of anyone, including a gangster. But I ain't going to lie. When you're around gangsters at any particular moment,
your
a little bit
antennas up.
Yeah, you're a little bit on edge because, like,
it's not
you're
fun.
so unpredictable.
Yeah,
it's
not
like,
fun.
Bro, the smallest thing could set you off, and what? Now we're all getting shot at because you have a temper problem? Like, what the heck is that about, man? So all I'm saying is you don't have to be gangster to be somebody. I mean, if that's what you think you have to be somebody, I'm telling you now that's not true. And I tell you now you're less of somebody if that's who you think you are than if you were to go be, sweeping up the streets. I'd respect you more for that than pretending you're tough.
I don't know. I don't get it either. I don't get the toughness thing. Like,
because do you think John Morant was trying to be tough there? I think he was trying to be tough.
Yeah, I don't.
I'm in the good with the gun.
If I was an NBA player, bro, I'm staying home, buying every console I could buy, every fucking Pokemon card, and I'm just going to do fun shit with like I think he has a kid. I'll be doing some fun like going fucking indoor skydiving and whatever else you do as with the child, you know?
Yeah, bro. There's plenty
Like
of
fun shit.
activities and stuff that you could be doing outside of whatever you're doing at the club. For one.
If you want to like hoist guns, fucking buy a gun range in the back of your house and fucking just shoot your guns in the backyard. Like fuck it. If you want to shoot guns, that's cool. Fuck it. Why you gotta do it illegally? Why you gotta do shit?
Yeah, why
stupidly?
you gotta sneak it in and what do you that if you're I always thought of it this way, if you have to carry a gun secretively into a place because you're afraid that something else could happen like that, you probably shouldn't be in that place to begin with.
Yeah, like if
Like,
you think somebody's gonna rob you, why are you over there?
Yeah, like why would you do that? Like I don't know, man. Just John Morant, my message to you, my man, is get your stuff together. You're setting a horrible example for everyone that looks up to you. And then not just that, like the people that are already on that kind of wave of being gangster, you're just giving them more reason to keep being gangster. Is that the motto you want to put off and lead people to think that being gangster is cool? So I don't know, man. You're very young. I get it. We all make mistakes. I'm not here to say what you did is who you are and it's going to define you for the rest of your life. But let this be a small moment in your life that you just say, dang, I messed up. I'm going to fix myself and I'm going to be on this different. I don't care if you flip flop and say, you know what I did was wrong. Don't do this. Don't do that. Be a goody two shoes on the court. Be as rugged as you want, bro. I don't care about that. But come on, man. Be a better leader than that.
Like, bro, like people like Trae Young. He's not a gangster. He's fucking one of the better players in the league, and he's just chilling. Like I don't even know what the fuck he does. After he plays, I don't know what the fuck he does.
Like him, Zion.
Like why should I know your life so good, John Morant? Because you keep popping up everywhere. I'm a random person. I don't fucking look. I don't watch you.
I don't watch you, but yeah, you're popping up. That's like, not a good thing.
I don't get that. Like,
and it's not like you're LeBron where you're popping up at the club dancing, or what concert was he at? Dancing Without a Boot?
Yeah, I don't remember.
Come on, LeBron, you too, bro. Not being gangster, just being whack. You're whack, bro. I don't even like you. Anyways, now on to, before we do this last segment, we're pretty much almost through. I got two things. You want to go first with your question? Or you want me to go first with what I'm going to say? Because what I'm going to say is small.
All right, what you say?
You guys, if you haven't watched the last video, please go watch. But obviously, there's an item behind him that you guys can see right here. It is for sale. I think the cost was about $55 on eBay, which obviously you guys know that we sell on eBay.
80. We have up there for 85.
Oh, okay. Sorry. So he does most of the posting, so he knows the numbers more than I do. $80. But if any of the viewers would like it, we'll do like I don't know. Let's do what's a good price? Give a price. Let's do the 55 I said.
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay. So
I was gonna say that.
So
like,
because I said 55, we'll honor that. Anyone that would love this goofy vintage, it's old school phone. I don't know if it really works. We can test it if you really need. I don't know how to test it, but I'll figure it out. If you are interested, please hit us up in the DMs. Comment. It could be yours. It's sick. I love it, but it is up for sale. So there you go. And if you don't want it from here and you one day want it later on, where that deal is only good for 24 hours after this video drops. So if nobody hits us up, then you can go purchase it on eBay for the 85 plus shipping. So there you guys go. Now go on with your question. Okay. I haven't even heard this, so this is unscripted. Not that anything else is scripted, but yeah.
Would you rather have 2 average kids, like no college experience, just average, just Walmart employee, average? Okay. Or would you want to have one kid become a pro athlete and the other kid can't read?
Probably go with the athlete. Why would I not go?
Fucked up.
Why?
You have a kid that can't read?
Mayweather can't read and he was sick.
That's fucked up.
What do you mean? Am I messed up because my kid can't read? I'm assuming he can still speak.
I don't know how it works. I know how to read a little bit.
Look at Mayweather. He doesn't know how to read and he speaks just fine. He's the most public person that I know that can't read. Sorry, Mayweather, I'm throwing you under the bus. You want to box? Oh, you're boxing everybody now. You want to box me? So
I'd pick the same.
I mean,
even if my kid was dumb, I think I'd still pick the
I'm not. I'm not saying a person that goes and works at Walmart. If I had 2 kids and that's who they were, cool. Be the best Walmart employee that you can be. That's all I would say. I wouldn't be any less proud of them. But if you're giving me the choice, yeah, I'm gonna go and let my kid ball out wherever he's balling, and then maybe somehow, some way, there's something that can help my kid read while he's balling.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. You're balling, bro. So you could just.
I feel like reading isn't hard, so I feel like it would just.
But
it'd be an easy fix.
But it's a learning. Like he's done.
I think you should have went. Not saying the question was bad, but you should have went on the side of like.
No, I couldn't go that far. I couldn't say he was mentally challenged. That was too fucked up.
That would have made me sway differently because that's undoable.
That's fucked up.
I'm
couldn't
just saying,
do it,
man. Like I'm just
I
saying,
couldn't
what do you
put
guys
that question
think?
in there.
What would you have picked? What would your side been? Would
I'm
you
picking the pro
average?
athlete.
Or,
Yeah, I'm picking the pro.
I'm gonna say majority of people will pick the pro athlete because, like I said, reading. I feel like that could happen at any time. You can start reading at some time. It may not be early age, but eventually you might pick it up. I'm sure Mayweather knows how to read something. His name.
I don't know. 50 Cent said he'll let him read Cat in the Hat, and he never did.
It's messed up, but it's the truth. I mean, at the end of the day, what does Cat in the Hat do for him? He's probably a billionaire. All right. Final topic of discussion. We're just going to... I want to talk more about, obviously, Dallas, but we can run down the list.
Let's go just Dallas.
No, we can go down the list.
Okay.
Let's just go down the list. So we'll just go one by one, and then we'll finish with Dallas.
Okay.
Because that's obviously what I prefer to talk about. So, obviously, the main dude I think personally out there right now is the Lamar Jackson.
Okay, we both agree on that.
Yeah, because I know Aaron Rodgers and Derek Carr and everyone else, whatever.
Lamar's
but
25,
Lamar, yeah, he's
26.
young, MVP previously years, and I think he's got a lot of potential.
Else than I don't think he should play for Ravens, personally.
So you don't think he should return no matter what?
I think AFC North, there's a team that he could play for, but it's not the Ravens.
Who is that?
Steelers.
He's not going to Pittsburgh.
You still got your tight end. I know he won't. He's not, but you still got a tight end. You got your running back, and you got Pickens. Pickens. You got guys.
He's not going.
But
okay, so realistically, though, where do you think he ends up if he doesn't stay in Baltimore? Do you lean more to he's leaving or he's staying?
No, I don't think he's staying at all.
Okay, so where do you think he's going then?
I don't think he goes to the AFC. I think he knows NFC's wide open.
Okay, fair.
And I think there's one team that I like personally that I think.
And explain why you like this team.
The Commanders, new team. Brand new team. Okay. Brand new team. You got a good defense with Sweat and Young. You got a good running back in that dude Robinson. I like that kid. And you still got Antonio Gibson. Okay. And you got fucking Logan Thomas. You still got your tight end. Then you got one of the best route running fast motherfuckers out there and Scary Terry. Curtis Samuel's still on that team too. So and Jahan Dotson. So you got some weapons on that team, and that team is.
But you have to remember, they're giving up a lot to have to get him. You got to get up two first rounds if they franchise.
That is fine. You don't need any picks right now. You
got the team.
You got the team. Maybe the line. I don't know how good the line is, but
line's okay. It's not bad.
But your defense is pretty up front. At least it's good. Your corners could use some work, but
okay.
You got the weapons. You got.
So
I think Ron Rivera is a good coach for running quarterbacks. You've seen Cam Newton won an MVP, went to the Super Bowl.
That's a good comparison. That's a good way of looking at it.
And that's a good guy. I think I would like to see him with Ron Rivera go to another coach that's been to the Super Bowl. Jim Harbaugh, now Ron Rivera. I think that'd be perfect for him.
Interesting. Yeah, I also think that he's not going to be a Raven again.
Which sucks. But
yeah, it sucks because I think personally, if I were ever to be an NFL player, I would always want to be with one team. Like, I wouldn't even care who it was. Like, obviously, if I could have been a Cowboy, I'd be a Cowboy, duh. But obviously, if I was, I don't care what I was. If I was a Seahawk, I would say, screw it. Just let me be a Seahawk for the rest of my career. I'd never want to leave. But this ain't about me. It's Lamar Jackson. I don't doubt that he would love to be there. I just doubt that him and the Ravens have come to terms. Like, I just think they're both so far off from one another that it's like, well, what are we doing then? Like, if we can't agree, then we got to learn to just move on, go our separate ways and live with the results. Yeah, it's going to be dumb if the Ravens do, but maybe they end up like the Russell Wilson effect and they're better off without Lamar. I don't personally think that would happen. But who knows? Maybe they both even out. Maybe like they draft somebody that's worth their while for a few years, and Lamar does his thing, and they both just happy. I have a couple teams that I like for Lamar, but I think there is one team that I like with Lamar more than all the rest of the teams.
I was gonna say you got to pick one.
Yeah, I have more. I could probably give you 5 teams that I like, but
I had a few teams too.
I think the number one team that his name's floated around there for a long time, and I just think he fits there perfectly. It's just Miami, man. I like Miami. They're all gonna be fast out there. I'd love to see the speed.
That'd be disgusting.
Who knows what could be the potential?
Still got your tight end.
Still tight end, wideouts, badass. Defense is not. It took a step back this year, but maybe they're able to get back to. Yeah, I mean, maybe they don't even need to with the offense being so prolific. But nonetheless, that's where I think there are other teams like Atlanta. There's Carolina. There's Washington. I mean, I even think that he could even probably get the Jets. San Fran might even be open. Raiders could be a team. I don't want him to go to the Raiders. I feel like anyone that ever goes to the Raiders just ends up being bad. Raiders are just bad, and they're never going to get it together. So that's my opinion on that. So moving on, the good old drama boy, Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers.
First off, do you think he stays or do you think he leaves?
This one's even harder than the Lamar, I think. It's way harder to pick if he's going to leave or stay. But I'm going to go with he's going to leave. I think he leaves. And if he does leave, I think he goes to a dome. And that dome is the Atlanta Falcons.
The Falcons? Over Tennessee and the Jets. And
I think he goes to Atlanta, stays in the NFC, wide open. Drake London, Kyle Pitts.
You know he don't like to work with people.
But you got weapons.
So you don't think it matters?
You got weapons, man. Like the best of the best weapons. Like they're young. So you can mold them into what you want, really. You're molding those two dudes how you really want to mold those two. And you got Cordell Patterson coming out of the back, a passing back, which he loves a passing back.
Yeah.
Defense is trash, but he's always had ass defense anyways.
That's why I think that's my lean. Now, am I hedging my bet already? No. I've gone back and forth. I thought he was going to leave. I thought he was going to stay. I thought he was going to leave. I think he's going to stay. I think his problem is Aaron Rodgers is spoiled. He's just a spoiled brat, bro.
Fuck yeah.
Like, he does all this drama stuff because he knows he can. He can't do this with another team. At this point, I think he knows, I just might as well stick it through. Stick it through with Green Bay. They want me. It's not like they don't.
Yeah.
They would do anything for me, obviously.
Except get him a weapon.
It don't matter, though. Like, the thing is he's comfortable. I just think he likes being comfortable playing the game. I don't think he even cares about winning no more. Like, I probably never cared, but he definitely just seems like he doesn't care. And I think he's so comfortable with doing whatever he wants to be doing in the offseason that it's like, well, why would I go root? Like, I think he's got enough empathy towards others that he could say, well, I don't want to go ruin the Jets or the whoever. He could end up Tennessee or whatever. I'd let them do their thing. I'm going to be toxic here.
I'm going to ruin what I've already been ruining.
Yes, exactly. I think he's smart enough to acknowledge, like, I do damage and I can't do that to other. Let them live their lives. I'm going to live my life. I'm going to ruin my own relationship.
Yeah.
So I think that's where I think he ends up is Green Bay.
Okay. And the third quarterback. Well, there's a few other quarterbacks.
Here's quarterbacks. So we don't have to get into all of them. I just want to talk about Dallas. This will be our last topic of the day. There's rumors of C.J. Stroud. There's rumors of Dak not being the guy from Mike McCarthy. Just generally, put it this way.
What we should do this offseason?
What is our moves? What if you were the owner, Jerry Jones, and you knew what you knew at this particular moment? What would be some moves to make?
If I can't move off of Dak, if that's impossible, because it kind of seems like it's impossible, I'm throwing the fucking kitchen sink at a wide receiver, a veteran wide receiver. If it's Stephon Diggs, or obviously he's a free agent, he can do as he wants, but if he wants to come, I would throw the fucking, I'd make him the highest paid wide receiver in the league.
Okay.
If it's D-Hop, you got to send him a couple picks. Fuck it. Give him a couple picks. It's not going to be first rounds.
No.
Arizona didn't even get first rounds for that fucker.
Okay.
So I think kitchen sink for a wide receiver or a corner. If you can't get rid of Dak. If you get rid of Dak, I say fucking send him wherever the fuck to get the C.J. Stroud.
Okay. So you guys know. Okay. So you guys know. Obviously, we didn't do much podcast. We didn't do any podcasting during the season. But you know for a fact that I have not been a Dak fan Dak's pretty much whole career. I was like early 2-3 years maybe. But now I'm so far off that train that I don't even care. I'm like Ohio right now, derailed. Anyways, if I were Dallas, I'm shopping Dak. Anybody that Seattle, San Fran, Detroit, Miami, the Jets, New England, Carolina, Washington. Anybody that's willing to give me something for Dak, I'm listening to. Now, I think at the same time, I have to get decent compensation. Am I asking a first? No, but I'd go like, give me somebody decent. Like if I were to make a trade to the Jets, I'm saying give me like Garrett Wilson or Sauce Gardner and then a couple picks. Give me some picks. I'm going younger. I'm going better. Like I would stack my defense and get picks. Go get a quarterback wherever I could. I'd even maybe bring somebody in if I could. Like I'd start a rebuild.
Yeah, I would too, and get like Mariota or something, just somebody cheap.
Just somebody, Ryan Tannehill. Just go get somebody.
That could win you a couple winning games.
Win you games. I'd say get off Zeke. I'd even say screw Pollard. Get rid of him. Let Dalton Schultz walk. You know, I know it sounds like, damn, you're getting rid of the whole team. Yes, I would blow up the team, start over, and just, I know Jerry would never, but you got to think, dude, every time that we've had, like, let's say when we had Romo, we were like, oh, well, let's go get Roy Williams. That didn't help. Oh, let's get T.O. Well, that didn't help. Oh, let's draft this Brian. Well, that didn't help. Oh, let's get, Mari Cooper. Well, that didn't help. And then let's just let CD be the guy because he's better now anyways. Well, that hasn't helped. Oh, we always think we're a piece away, 2 pieces away. This is no longer 1 or 2 pieces. We're not 2 pieces away. We're far away. We've been far away. Now, when's the last time we just said, screw it, let's blow it up and take a 3, 4, 5 game season wins and that's it? Like, Never. Not that I remember. So for me, if I'm Dallas, blow it up, get rid of everybody, start over, literally start from scratch. You have a great rookie in Tyler Smith on the line. Get rid of Tyrone. Someone will pick him up. You could probably even get rid of Zach Martin and let him walk. I know it sucks to get rid of that offensive lineman, but we're starting over. You got to get rid of those pieces to get good pieces back and start off and get young. Get
rid of fucking Lawrence and Van Der Esch.
Yes, let Van Der Esch. Keep Diggs, keep Parsons, keep CD, let one of these other dudes, Ferguson or somebody, step up in the tight ends, bring in some new offensive line, bring in some young backs. Just start over, man. Just start completely from the bottom. Even if we end up sucking for like 2 years, that's better if in the long run we end up being like dominant. like dominant. Like everyone's like, well, get rid of Dak and get CJ Stroud. I don't think we're necessarily really just a quarterback away.
No, our line was tragic. We had freaking left tackle as our right guard for a little bit.
Yeah, like I think everyone's like, oh, we're a piece, they're a piece. I'm like, I don't see that. Like if you're San Fran, you're a piece, you're a quarterback away.
Literally a healthy quarterback.
Yeah, you get a quarterback, you're championship status.
I think you had one of the three that were hurt. You fucking probably win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, like right now, I don't think Joe Burrow and them, they're probably a piece away. You add like a significant piece of championship status.
Yeah, you probably get a corner on there.
Yeah.
Good. I just need
Yeah,
one
you
corner.
resign Jalen Ramsey, you're probably solid
They have
now.
a fucking corner.
But that's what a one piece away team looks like. Us, oh well, oh our line sucked. Oh okay. Oh Zeke didn't look the same, and Pollard just got hurt. No, yeah, I have no. Oh okay. Oh you need a second wide receiver. Oh okay. Oh your corners aren't as dominant as they were. Oh okay. Like that's a lot of pieces.
like Eagles probably a piece away, but they don't even need a piece. Like they probably need like offensive lineman. That's
yeah,
probably,
maybe a line, maybe they don't need corners.
That's what I'm saying. Our rushers,
like they're good.
They're there. They're already. They established their team already.
Yeah, so for me, I'm over we're just a piece away. Like Dak don't got it, man. Dak's never gonna get it. And then the rest of the team, we just don't got it. Now, that's my opinion. I've been wanting to let that out for a while that if any Dallas positional significant people over there listening, just do it, man. Just pull the string. Let us suck for a year or two. Get better. Because look at the Astros. Take them, for example.
Dude.
They sucked for like 3-4 years, 100 losses every year. Came right back and have been in the World Series like 3 out of the last 5 seasons. Won a couple. They're dominant now. But they had
Warriors.
a tank.
Warriors.
And draft all these dudes and pick up dudes and do all this stuff to get where they're at now. It took time, but it was finally like, well, we have to let go of the past.
There's not very many teams that like make a team that are good. Like maybe the Heat were like the only team late, like as of late, that's made a team that's been good.
Right.
Like you look at the Yankees. They try to build a team every year.
They're Dallas.
Dodgers try to build a team every year, and
They're Dallas.
They can't win. It's
They
like
can't do it.
it's just not the chemistry. The chemistry is just
you
not
can
there.
add the best players at any amount of money, but it doesn't mean you're going to be good. And that's what my point is like, just because we keep saying one piece, like, yeah, I'd love to have Stephon Diggs. I'd love to have D-Hop or Jalen Ramsey or any of these guys. I'd love to have them dudes. But to me, it only is like temporary fix till the postseason comes, and then we're like, oh, hey, this is missing now. Oh, we shouldn't have given that bag to so-and-so, or we should have went and did this. It's like, we're not one piece away. We're a lot of pieces. So now let's blow it up. Blow it up. I'm cool with, we already suck. So can we just literally suck enough to get like what we want?
That's true.
Because like next year, if we were to suck and got rid of Dak, there's a boy in Southern Cal.
Or blow it up. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. You could blow it up for 2 years or 3 years and try to get the Manning boy.
Yeah, there's people coming. It's
that
like,
are really
bro,
good.
like, why would you not? Like, this was, to me, Dak's year of proving. And now they're saying, oh, this year's Dak's year of proving. I'm like, how many years does this nigga got to disappoint for us to realize, like, he's not the guy?
For real.
And for everyone that's out there watching that, you're just like a folklore of believers. Like, come on, man. How many times does someone have to lie and spit in your face till you realize they're, like, not for you?
Yep.
I've been spit in my face over 20 years by Dallas, and I'm over it. I'm like, when we were in the playoffs, I didn't think we could beat San Fran. I didn't even, for a second, I didn't think we could beat San Fran. I didn't think we could beat the Eagles, really. And it just goes to show we couldn't beat them teams. Like, we weren't going to beat those teams. I know we got lucky the first round and got a old Tom Brady depleted Buccaneers, but second round proved we're not that good. Well, no matter what, we're not good. Dallas sucks, and we run Zeke at center, and we don't know what we're doing. Anyways, all right, guys,
fucking suck.
we go we've gone for about an hour now, or a little over, I think. But I hope you guys enjoyed that. Again, we're back. Hoping this next week's video, I believe we'll be dropping a food review, and then so keep an eye out for that. Please like, subscribe, share if you can.
What did Giannis say? Chicken winner, winner, chicken dinner.
What did John Bones say about Nagano? He said
He's a pussy.
he's a big old pussy. All that muscle.
He's a big old pussy.
Sorry, Nagano. I like you.
Shout
dude.
out John Jones.
John Jones, Albuquerque. Congrats, dude, on your win this past weekend. Honestly, I want to let you know. I keep saying it. Maybe we can make it happen. I honestly think I could take a leg kick from you. So if you're listening in, hey, and Dontrell Moore, I know you're in Albuquerque. I don't know if you know John Jones at all, but if you can like link us and maybe we made this happen or something, that'd be kind of lit.
Our baby Drago, I know you know.
Oh yeah, baby Drago, you did like our stuff recently on Insta, so appreciate that, dude. So if you can, maybe I'll take a leg kick from you.
No, take a fucking haymaker from him.
That's not gonna be fair. He's gonna knock me out.
That'd be fun to watch.
No, I'm not trying to get knocked out. I want a leg kick.
You're gonna get a broken leg.
I'm not.
You have two hurt legs already.
He's gonna kick me in my thigh.
He's gonna kick you in your somatic nerve or somatic. What are they called? The fucking nerve right there. They fucking
My tibia.
break your leg. You're gonna be like Tony. You and Tony Pollard are gonna be brothers.
All right, guys. Till next time with the Beard Bros. Peace.